And specifically to give other people time to get away.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's just tasty.
I like that. That is cool.
That's gravy on top and everything.
Yeah. Okay.
Those are gravy.
Especially when somebody's about to get murdered.
I'm ecstatic. I got to eat homemade mashed potatoes and gravy for Thanksgiving this year.
Wow.
So, yeah, that'll tide me over for a year.
Okay. So
it's amazing to you. You don't live where I live.
I know.
It's hard to make gravy when it's hard to get turkey.
I know.
Thank you, Costco. Thank you, Costco.
You have Costco there?
Oh yeah, dude.
You jerk.
Yeah, we do. Didn't have it when I first moved here, I don't think. Well, maybe we had it in Taipei, but in the last 10 years, yeah, we got the Costco, and we got the turkey.
Okay. Nice.
It's a good time to be alive.
My wife had to get like a dried, a previously deep fried, now dried.
Yeah.
Turkey leg, and that was my turkey for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I was sad.
I would really love to get a fresh turkey, and it is possible to do because huoji fan is a thing down here. But I don't know. Like, I would have to meet restaurant suppliers and things like that, and that's just out of my guanxi. So
yeah. All right. So in Act 2, we get the Feanor and Mandos line. We check in at the trees. We get the Feanor and Mandos line. Do we want to have Orome make contact with the refugees there, or in Act 3?
Well, it has to obviously be after.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, this is after the Formanos assault.
I think we have him meet them now and then cut for a while so that we can give the implication of travel. So we don't see them again until Act 3 when they come in and are like, oh, by the way, all the Silmarils are gone. All right, I guess that's Act 4.
The Formanos assault can be a good size sequence. Neither of the things that we have in Act 2 so far are really a sequence, so we need something more there.
Point of order. Do you want Finwë to stand before the gates of Formanos, or do you want Melkor to have to go in to get him?
No, I want him
I can see both.
I get that. I mean, it says that I think it says that he was before the gates.
I would be fine with him being in the courtyard with the closed gate in front of him, ready for whatever comes through the gate. Yeah. Just because it seems a little bit suicidal to stand in front of the gate.
That's true.
Well, it's way better for him to stand in front of closed doors and have something break through them, visually anyway.
Yeah, so we could do that. We can have Melkor break through the door.
Oh yeah, he should absolutely break through the door, so it's very clear what's about to happen.
Yeah. Okay.
Stand aside, little elf.
Oh,
but we saw him close all the doors behind him anyway, so it's
right. Well, I mean, what he's doing is very clear to us at this point. But.
Yeah.
Right, but the beauty part of this is that that people are going to kind of expect us to go back and show you the sequence
that battle,
and we just don't. The next thing you know, he's dead.
Yeah,
I would not be above sort of a montage moment. I guess it would technically be a sort of a flashback, but basically when the elf has whoever Nerdel, I guess, who is delivering her lines about the fact that Formanos has fallen, I would be totally comfortable watching, like a slow motion of just Melkor's feet stepping over Finwë and then going through the different rooms.
I've had that same image in my head a lot every time we talk about this, and it's kind of hard to picture not showing anything, but just a glimpse of Melkor.
I guess I don't know where it goes though. Like, does it?
Well,
does it happen
because
when
Act 4 is super busy, so
keep
that in mind.
Well, no, I guess at this point the cat's kind of out of the bag. Like, he only goes to Formanos for the Silmarils, right? So there's nothing else that he can really.
Well, the cat,
and well, potentially his goal was to kill Feanor.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you could sell that.
He kind of hates Feanor.
Yeah, no, we could go with that. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
So he could be looking
He
around.
could ask for Feanor. He could specifically
he could say,
ask
where's
Finway.
your son?
Yeah.
Or he could
He's mocking him.
box Finway and say,
where is
the
Lord?
Has your son abandoned you?
Where is the Lord of the Manor?
Or Lord of Formanos,
Yeah, because he's specifically giving he's underscoring the fact that he's not really a king. Like there's a lot to unpack in that kind of a taunt.
He's undermining him. Yeah.
He's saying you're not
So
the Lord.
would he shout something like this before he comes through the gate?
No. I want him to make eye contact with Finway when he says that.
He brushes the gates. I don't think he should spend a lot of time going through the gates. Like he should get through them in
it's
once.
Not like bang, bang. It's just boom, and he's in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No more gate.
Okay. So we still need to work on Act 2 a little bit here.
Okay.
Because we have.
Well, that's my question. Do we get that moment of him walking through Formanos in Act 2 then? Because it could, if there's a place we need to put it, I think it would be in Act 2. But I don't know if it
would.
goes
But that tips off tips us off that it's basically saying that Finway's dead without giving us any time to process it.
Well, we don't have to put it at the beginning. It can go towards the end of it. But
of Act 2, that's still we're still
so the question is then, do we want well, no, I guess nothing, everything kind of follows logically from there, so it's not really, there's no surprises at this point. Once he's at Formanos, we know he may have come there for Feanor, but as long as Feanor's not there, he's obviously going to take the Silmarils.
Well, that's one of the reasons why it's been very important to me to not, except for most of Valar when they're talking to him about the Silmarils. It's been very important for me to not talk about the Silmarils of Formanos. None of that, which is why, when people were saying, "Oh, we should totally have somebody say, oh, I have to get the Silmarils," and Finway say, "No, that's not important. Get out of here."
Yeah.
Let's
not hit with a sledgehammer.
Right, exactly. So we don't have to, we haven't mentioned that Melkor cares about the Silmarils in a while.
Yeah.
Right.
There's no reason to draw attention to it.
The last
11.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, no, but he wasn't interested in the Silmarils himself.
Yeah.
He
was telling Feanor that the Valar were going to steal them from him.
Right.
Which,
right.
Oh, look.
Yeah. One of them will.
Well, no, the other ones are all. He's got 4 Valar in his face saying, "So you're going to give us the Silmarils right now?"
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like Melkor was wrong.
Yeah.
Of course.
Nope.
It's only Melkor's fault that
he was more right than I think he knew.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, of course, it's kind of his fault that they're asking, because they wouldn't have asked.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Of course.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is if we see Melkor wandering through.
No. The last shot we can see is Melkor coming through the gate, and then we need to cut away from Formanos until after Feanor says his part about not giving up the Silmarils.
Right.
There's really no option there.
Yeah.
I don't think there's no option, but I think that you're right that it is better that way.
Because if we come
there's a line of dialogue there's a couple lines of dialogue with Finway, I think, after he comes through the gate.
Yeah.
But then
But what I'm saying is that
I'm fine with the line. I'm just not fine with Melkor killing Finway on screen.
No, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
We're not. We're not.
Yeah, we're not.
Yeah. Well, specifically, I don't want to. Specifically, I don't want to end on action there. I want to end on the threat of action and then not see it.
And also keep in mind that if the viewer doesn't know, even if the viewer suspects that Melkor is there for the Silmarils, if we haven't gone back there, Finway could be doing all kinds of things that we don't know about until we go back to that scene to see the scene that you got us on the hook for that we're not producing.
So this was my original question: is where does that scene go? And if it doesn't go until Nerdinel shows up
It would have to be in Act 4.
So it's an Act 4 then. So Act 4 is going to be a long act. We're gonna have a Return of the King sort of act here, which is fine.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not only in Act 4. It's after the thieves' quarrel. It's in like the tag of the episode. Which
let's just not.
I would rather not than put it there.
I don't think it's
so much there.
I'd rather see Finway's dead body, and if someone has a 2-second flash of Melkor stepping on something,
one thing that we can do,
fine, but that's about it.
Show Finway should be in the exact spot he was standing. Like there should be a way to tell by the way it's framed that he's in the
he's behind the gates, but he's in front of the doors to the actual he's on the threshold.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's
and his body is found broken on the threshold.
Yeah.
Right.
This is where you want something like a fountain in the front courtyard or something.
Something to telegraph that he didn't last 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the threshold is the doors are going to be even if you're just looking at the floor. First of all, Feanor is going to have a very ornate decoration on his threshold. It's going to be fancy.
You're going to recognize the doorway, yes.
Probably 3 gemstones blazing with amazing fire made
I was going to say, at the
marble
very least, you've got a tile 8-pointed star pattern.
Yeah.
So, shocker. Okay, so Act 3 I'm not particularly worried about. We've got plenty there. Act 4, we've got a ton there. Act 1, I'm not worried about at all. I am worried about Act 2. Act 2, we don't have a lot of...
Can we have a short Act 2 and a long Act 4? Is that an acceptable thing?
We can, but we still need more of that.
What is Act 2 right now?
So Act 2 right now is the exchange between Feanor and Mandos, which is 30 seconds max, and Orome making contact with the refugees, which what are they what lines are they going to deliver? They're not going to tell us anything we don't already know.
Yeah.
So that's
where is the king? He stayed behind.
Yeah. Right. Well, that's
just a little reminder of what we left.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah. So we need something else in there.
Well, what does Orome decide to do? Is he going to take these refugees to the trees, or is he going to chase?
Nerdanel tells him what to do. Nerdanel tells him, no, you're taking us to my husband. Right now.
Here's the other thing. I totally forgot about this. You remember how we said that we wanted to do part of the thieves' quarrel earlier in the episode? So when we get to them in Act 4, it's just the fight scene. That's what we have here. So
yeah.
There you go.
A little bit of the thief. Well, I mean, she's. Well, I don't know.
He's telling her, keep putting down webs and we need to get away. And
because he's coming out. Yeah, that's right. He's come out of Formonos now. I got you.
Yeah.
Keep going.
And she's saying, why are we running? What's the problem here?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so that's what we're getting. We're front loading that beautiful scene where she's getting suspicious. Like she's coming back into herself and is no longer sort of a cat with drippity, gross poison fangs and all of that. And so, a regular cat. And and like it should be clear that he's mostly just he's being hasty as Treebeard.
Yeah,
right.
I'd say he's being very hasty, and she's not buying it, and he's like, no, come on. And he starts making his promises. Well, did we hear him make the promise already? Did he gave that line of
the original promise back in
episode 12, I think. Yeah, okay.
12, yeah.
So
but we should definitely have a repetition of that promise now.
Yeah.
Because he should have a 2-hour finale where the climax scene is her saying, "Remember that promise you made," and everything.
In episode 12, 2 episodes ago. So I think we can have him reiterate, but I think he should kind of.
Well, he could have said that. He could have said something. He could have reminded us of that back in the first hour. So
he could have, but we do need to have it somewhere.
Yeah. I would like to have it here specifically because I kind of want him to maybe be almost a little humble and saying we're like he doesn't stop to chat with her. He continues to run and she's like lagging behind shouting at him and he's like, you have not seen the Valar in their wrath. You have never seen the Valar as a unit in their wrath. I have witnessed it and I will not stop until we are within sight of the walls. He could say that. I will not stop until we are within sight of the walls of Angband. And she's like, all right, fine. Yeah. And then they get within sight of the walls and she's like, well, I guess not within sight of the walls, but they can see the lights of Angband. Like the lights are on again in preparation for his return, right? And she's like, all right, this is close enough. He's like, but I said the walls. And she's like, no, I'm not an idiot.
Yeah. Well, here's the interesting thing about this. If we do that, all right, and we set that up at the end of Act 2, what's happening at the beginning of Act 3 is Ase sees them entering what will become the Helcaraxa, and turns and heads down towards Olmo.
He has his little "I'm a good boy" moment.
Yep. So then in Act 3,
as commanded.
Like he can kind of lean into that too, like as ordered.
Mm-hmm. So Act 3 is the primary set piece of Act 3 is going to be the Olmo Melkor confrontation. What else do we need in there? Are there any pieces of dialogue from the trees that we need that we haven't gotten yet?
We can't go back to the trees because Feanor needs to give an answer if we go back to the trees.
Yeah, you're right. So, that's all we got.
And we've now got Orome and Nerdanel's group coming in, so that's all ready to go.
So let's, for our own personal edification, how much time has actually passed between all of these things? It must be literal hours and hours, right? Like it's we can say we're cutting,
it's been
but
longer than that. You mean like real time? Like
actual time that we are dealing with.
It's been way longer than that.
So it's been days, right?
And what that makes vast distances.
Right. Yeah. So it's not unfathomable that it would take Nerdanel, and I mean that's why Nerdanel is insistent. She's like, no, you're taking me to see my husband now. We don't have time to dick around with you not defeating Melkor, right?
The idea of Nerdanel telling off Orome is kind of amusing. I really, really want to keep that scene now, even though it's not entirely in character for her.
She's not going to say that, but yeah, I mean that should be her line.
Remember, Orome and Finwë are kind of friends too.
I know.
Yeah.
And she's like, dude, no. I know. Trust me. I know how you feel, but no. Actually, I think she would probably tell Tulkas off more than anything because Tulkas is like, it's fine. And she's like, no, okay. Like Orome would. Tulkas isn't there? Oh
no, he's back in the trees. He went back to the trees to tell them. He went back to the trees to tell them that everyone was headed west. Well, he first went back to tell them that Ungoliant was headed west to the Wall of Night.
Yes.
And he's stuck around there because why not?
I guess.
So that he could give his line.
Because he needs to give his line.
I know.
The line he has to give.
Yeah, you're right. He needs to give his line there. Yeah. So.
So it's Orome. Ianwe can be with Orome.
Yeah, he should.
Can. Yeah. I mean, the problem is now there's two of them there and they can split up.
well, then what would Ianwe have done earlier that would keep him busy and not with Orome?
Yeah.
He could just not have gone with them. He could have just.
Why wouldn't he go though? Why wouldn't he go though? No, like I'm very comfortable with. I could have they can have a discussion. There you go, bang. There you go. Yeah, they come across the dead eagle, and that's when the refugees come up. Ooh, you've done it again, Marie. You've done it again.
But
I was going to say,
what does Ianwe do other than like cry over the dead eagle? I mean,
well, they should have a discussion. Like, Nerdanel refuses. Nerdanel refuses to go by herself. She's like, no, I've got my household here. I'm not walking through this land of darkness by myself, right? And she can offer her 2 cents on, and I don't think there's anything you can do to stop those two at this point anyway.
No.
And then they both look at the eagle, and Orome's like, we could split up, and Anwe's like, I think that is the worst possible. Don't split the party. You never split the party. Never split the party.
Split the party.
Yeah.
Eonwë has already been killed by Gothmog once.
And I'm not saying I'm saying that he would happily sacrifice himself if he thought it was worth anything, but he's like, we need to regroup and discuss this, because this is not.
Yeah. We need help.
We're out of our depth here.